Hi there, welcome to the channel. I'm in my van, which of course I live in here in Oahu, Hawaii. My name's Briley. If you're new, I do all the hikes on the island, but today in this video I was going to kind of discuss how I afford this van life, how much it costs, what I bring in, what I pay every month, income and expenses. I just finished a hike, so if I look, like I just finished a hike, that's why. But let's get into it. So just to start, I am living here in Oahu, which is probably, I don't know if it's the most expensive place in the US. I would assume it is very much so one of the most expensive, up there with like, LA, New York, so Oahu. And so my expenses are always less than $1,000 a month. I've had a couple months where it was even like less than 800 or maybe right over 800, but let's just say less than 1,000 because they've always been less than 1,000. So to start, so groceries, I will say on the high end, it is like 150 bucks a week, usually probably closer to 100, but just for this argument's sake, we'll say 150, so that comes out to 600 a month. And these aren't cheap groceries. I mean, I'm getting organic, like organic fruits, very nice quality meats, and so I pay a little bit extra there, depending on the time of the day you go to these stores. They could be on sale. Like I know the Foodlands here, if I go at night, sometimes they have half-priced meats, and so of course you try to get those. But the fruits are pretty cheap here on island. It's surprising. I'm coming from Tennessee, and even compared to Tennessee, I mean, the fruits are cheaper, and not even like local fruits, because I mean, to think about it, I got some fruits over there, bananas, oranges, not the type of bananas that are grown on island, but not the oranges. The oranges aren't from the island, and the oranges are only like $1.50 a pound, so I get a bunch of those, eat 1 or 2 of those a day. Of course, bananas are always like $1.20 a pound. Bananas are real cheap. Uh, Watermelon for like $1.20 a pound. So it's always nice. You can always be stocked up on some nice fresh fruits. Great snacks too. They're sweet. It's refreshing. You can eat a lot. Yeah, I mean, fruit's a great snack. And fruits are real cheap here, and even cheaper than back in Tennessee, which is very low cost of living. But moving on. And so, I got the watermelon, which is like $1.20 a pound. Oranges are like $1.50. Bananas are like $1.20, $1.30 a pound. And so you can buy these fruits in bulk. And, maybe if you're in a van, you got a small fridge, can't buy them in bulk. But, every few days you can go pick up some more. And great snacks. If you just get done hiking, you can knock down a banana and orange and half of I guess a quarter of a watermelon. I get these steaks. This is a nice certified Angus, let's see, sirloin steak, and it's less than, yeah, it's 5.5 bucks a pound, so that's cheaper than it was in Tennessee. And if you really want to stretch it, you can stretch it out with, like, say, some rice. I get these little $2 packs of like instant rice with seasonings and whatnot. Or a couple days ago I bought some can of chili and I threw some chopped steak in there. Really, made that, instead of just like one steak, turned it into like 3 meals with the chili and whatnot. And like breakfast, I like to do some overnight oats. So oats with protein powder and milk, and oats are so cheap, and maybe you've already got the protein powder, so everything stays pretty cheap. I feel like if you want to save money, obviously I have a decent job, but if you want to save money, you can always find ways to cut expenses. And I am eating pretty cheaply, and it's all organic, nice foods, so can't complain there. Hawaii has been pretty good to me in that aspect. I've got some memberships. I have a gym membership, which is how I shower because I'm living here in this van. So gym membership runs me about 22 bucks a month, and I went ahead and prepaid for the full year and got a cheaper rate, so it's 22 bucks a month. And of course I work out there, I shower there, I bring a big half-gallon jug and I fill water there, and I use that every time I go in. If I grab half a gallon of water, I can fill up my tank here in the van. And so yeah, I mean, gym is multi-purpose. So the gym I go to most often, which is closest to my work and everything, has of course all the equipment, all the weights that you think of with the gym, but it also has a pool to swim laps, so it's nice and cool to get in there and get refreshed. It's got a hot tub, it's got a steam sauna and an electric sauna. They do like stretching classes and stuff. I haven't done any of that. Of course, like bike classes, haven't done that. But really, the saunas, the hot tubs, showers are always clean, always nice. There's a lot of showers. I think there's 8 showers at the gym, which is, not always common. There's a couple other gyms I've been to on island, and sometimes there's only like 2 showers, and so it's a nice gym, and it's totally worth the $22 a month. I mean, even if I was just showering there, it'd be worth it. I mean, I shower there every single day, but also, workout, water, shower, everything. So after that, I have membership to movie theater, the Regal Cinema, and that is $23 a month. So even $1 more expensive than my gym membership. But it's right next door to the gym. It's in a great location. Everything's real close to my work, and they're right next to each other. So that's helpful. But it's nice. Of course, I'm in Hawaii, which is a real sunny environment. And the van doesn't have AC, even though I've got lots of fans. So if I've got all the fans blowing, it's not, well, I mean, it's not like you're in AC, but it's also, you're not sweating, you're not that uncomfortable. I say that to say that I use the movie pass, the movie membership, and so I go in there, and of course, I'm not big into movies, but I'm seeing like everything that comes out since I have this membership. It's right next to the gym, so it's always just right there, so easy. And it is always ice cold in there. You got to bring sweatpants, a jacket, and that is so nice. Like, I even went and bought a ticket to a kids movie and got all bundled up and just took a nap. I probably looked creepy because I'm going to this kids movie, but oh man, it was great. Went and saw Garfield and just took a great nap. So very, very grateful for that membership. I like it, especially since they are right next to each other. I probably would not have that movie membership if it wasn't right next door to my gym. But moving on, of course, next up, laundry. It's about $7 a week at a laundromat. Sometimes I stretch it to like a week and a half, 2 weeks. It might be like $8 if I waited 2 weeks. A little bit bigger washer, costs a little bit more. So that's like what, 28 bucks a month. So gas maybe $50 a week, 200 bucks a month. And so total expenses, so these are all high end. These are all like, if I'm making estimates, I'm probably not spending this much as what I'm saying right now, but these are all high end estimates just to give a good gauge. And so all that together is like 950 bucks a month. But I've already said many of my months here, my bills have not even crossed the 800 mark, and you just got to pay attention. Like, so there was a couple months, so Target did a deal where you could buy gift cards at like 10 or 15% off, and so I bought the max. I got $500 in gift cards for Target, and so that's like immediate savings because that's whatever it was, 10% off. And so then of course when you go there, you're also getting the sale items and living cheap. But yeah, I mean, that's my expenses. I really don't feel like I'm sacrificing anything, living real cheap. I don't pay any rent, obviously, but you have to buy the van, so that has an expense. But the van's kind of paying for itself because I'm not paying that rent, and rents are crazy here. Maybe I'd be able to live, I don't know, I mean, obviously with my job I could afford rent, but I wouldn't like to, I wouldn't be happy about it. The decent looking rent prices, you look at those and like, oh, that's a decent price, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, it's 6 bedrooms and 1 bath, and so you're sharing this you're sharing a house with at least 5 other people, but some of them are probably couples and all using 1 bath, and that just seems hectic. Not a great environment there. Maybe if you're all buddies it's cool, but that's a lot of people. The van works perfectly for me. For just one person, I've basically got a full bed. It's a little shorter than a full, so I gotta kind of sleep at an angle, but it's not a big deal at all. So bed, I've got like a kitchen counter here with all my toiletry supplies that I put in the sink just so they don't roll around when I drive. I've got I've got like a microwave convection oven. Here is my Yeti that I fill up when I go to the gym. Got a mini fridge and a little pantry section. Of course, my big battery that powers everything from solar panels on the roof. It is not a bad life. It's not a bad life here at all. I'm very comfortable in the van. I've been here 5 months, maybe a little over 5 months in this van now. Whenever I do eventually leave Hawaii and I go back to the mainland and do big van travels there, I will get a taller van, a Sprinter van or a transit van, something that has real ceilings, because I can't fully stand up. I can crouch in here and like wash dishes and whatnot, but can't fully stand. So one of those big tall vans that's like over 6 foot tall, like 6'2" or something, that'd be nice. Stand up in your van, a little more comfortable. But for now, it's not that big of a sacrifice. I mean, you do a lot of exploring outside the van, so that when you're in the van, you're only driving, say driving to the gym to get showered, or driving to a parking spot and then hopping right in the back and going to sleep. And when I cook, I have a little stool that I'm sitting on right now, which doubles as my laundry basket. And so when I'm in the van cooking, I'll just sit on the stool and I can reach everything. So it works out. It works out great. I don't have too many complaints. Obviously, I'm saving a bunch of money on rents. But let's talk about income. So income. I am a part-time nurse. So I'm on like a cardiac unit where people come in, maybe they had a heart attack or maybe they're having chest pain. And so yeah, bedside nursing, they come in, they get checked out. And so it pays, so I'll talk about after-tax pay because I don't look at my checks enough to know the before-tax pay. And so of course, Hawaii, I think, has the #1 highest state income tax, so that does suck. So I'm part-time, which is nice. I usually work full-time, but say I had a really tough week and it's like, man, instead of 3 days, I'll just work 2. So 2 12-hour shifts. And I have not done that often. I've usually always picked up at least 3. Sometimes I did 4, and that was a real nice check. If I don't pick up extra and I just work the part-time, I think my income is like $5,000 a month after taxes are paid. So after everything's paid, I'm getting $5,000 into my account. So that's bare minimum. That, usually I never see that. So if I pick up extra, it becomes like $6,000 a month, $6,500. I think there was 1 month where I probably did 7 that month just from how much I picked up. But you don't have to pick up too much. Just 1 extra day, every week, every other week. And it adds up because I'm a nurse, so we get paid pretty well. Of course, we always want more, but we get paid pretty well. And so, say I'm getting paid minimum $5,000 a month, and my expenses are $1,000 a month. Well, that's an excess of $4,000 a month going into savings a month. So I'm putting at least $1,000 a week into my savings account, which feels great. And so let's see. And also, I didn't even count my stock options. So anything I make, reinvest it back in the market. I didn't even count that because that's like a me thing, and I know other people might not do that. But that definitely helps my savings grow. But that doesn't affect like my expenses because I don't pull anything out. I just leave it and let it reinvest. But another thing that keeps the expenses down is having like free or cheap hobbies. And so I've already mentioned some cheap hobbies that I do. Like, of course, the gym, which I'm already buying the membership to go shower. So might as well hit the gym, hit some weights, go run on the treadmill, go into the sauna, hot tub, go swim for a little bit, like whatever you want to do. And so that's a hobby, and it's included since I'm already going to pay to get the showers. The movie pass, since it's right next door and relatively cheap, that's a nice cheap hobby. You can see as many movies as you want for that $23 a month. And if you've watched my channel, you will know that I hike. Free, great activity, keeps everything cheap. But just to, make it a little bit easier, I know there's like hiking groups on Facebook, so you can meet up with people, and that makes it a little bit more fun. Or, like snorkeling on the island, people surf, and just everything. There's lots, when you're on the island here, there's so many outdoor activities, so you've always got something to do that's basically free. Sure, you might have to like buy a surfboard. Maybe you're buying or renting a snorkel, but if you use it enough times, it's it's not like the cost is an issue. So yeah, that's how I keep it so cheap. That is my income as a bedside nurse, and expenses while I live in this van here in Oahu. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoy my hiking videos, and subscribe. Thank you. Alright, I'm just picking up the camera one last time to reiterate that I am living an absolute dream out here. I just went over my income, my expenses, what I do, but at the end of the day, I am hiking like every day I'm off in Hawaii here. I am living free. I'm doing everything I want on a beautiful tropical island, and I am still saving a ton of money, so putting a lot into savings, which feels good. So just want to reiterate, it is an absolute dream.